all boils down to this, folks. 2 of these 3 Premier League clubs are going to be playing Champions League football next season, and one of them is not. We'll talk about it. And, of course, the final day roundup next. That's right, folks, back once again with Matchday number 38, aka the final day of the season. It is prediction time, that's right, we'll get to it in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button, keep you bang up to date with all things Premier League related, Blackburn Rovers related, football related. That's right, folks, we've got it all here under one roof. Okay, so, yes, the final day is here, and of course there are lots still to be decided. Who's going up? Well, who's going to the Champions League, and of course who's going down to the Championship. That's right, we already know who is the champions and who's going to finish as runners up. We already know that Norwich are going down, and joining them will be one of Bournemouth, Watford and Aston Villa. That's right, who gave themselves a big old boost with a win against Arsenal this past midweek. Meanwhile, up in the top 4-5 places, we've got Chelsea, Leicester, and of course Manchester United duking it out for 2 Champions League spots. That's the money prize right there. Of course, Leicester, everyone, they're neutrals favourites, but of course the juggernauts would want to see Manchester United and Chelsea in there. But anyway, we'll talk more about that in a minute. Well, a big shout out to the Patreons who have supported the channel throughout this past few months and beyond. That is the dream team. That is the VIP gang of William Shepherd, Bianca Moller, LG and Cow, Cody Cahoe, Daniel Meller, Joachim Johansson, aka That's No Code Drinker, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, Russell Frost, John Spurn, Aztec Marky B Mark, also known as Mr. Aldi, I believe. So, respect to them. If anybody else wants to join the gang as a Patreon, there is a link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. Check it out. I know the predictions in the Premier League are going to be grinding to a halt, but there's still plenty of stuff coming on the channel. We've got Champions League, we've got Europa League. We've also got the very, very first glimpse of the Prediction League starting in a few days with the Scottish Premier League or Premiership. I don't even know what they call it these days. So that's to look forward to, so make sure you stick around for that. Well, we're talking about the Premier League here, folks. Of course, let's take a look at how we all got on last time around. Well, this is the criteria moving forward. 0 to 3, you're in the shit-faced gang. 4 to 6, you're in the straight-faced school. 7 plus, boys, you're in the top banana. So before we take a look at what you guys got on, let's take a look at how this guy got on. Well, let's start it all off with, how are we going to start it all off? In fact, we're going to start it all off all the way back to Bournemouth. That's right, they did take on Southampton in a South Coast love affair. 2-0 final score. That was on Saturday the 18th of Sunday the 19th of July. Danny Ings and Che Adams finding the back of the net as the season comes to a grinding halt. Actually, with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth, I thought they would find the win here to give them that extra belief, but I think I'm resigned to the fact that they are going down. One team that did give themselves a big old boost this past match day was Aston Villa, of course, picking up a 1-0 win over Arsenal. That's right. Trezeguet with a one and only goal on the 27th minute to give themselves a big old boost. I think, do they actually start this? Yes, they do start this match day at the old drop zone. So a win, and they should stay up, I think, unless they have a terrible goal difference or something like that. But I went with the 2. I went with Villa. I went with it, so not too shabby. Brighton and Newcastle, that ended up all square, wasn't it? 0-0. Nothing to see here, boys. Nothing to see here on that one. I actually went with the 1-0 win for Brighton. I did see a very close game, a very tight game, probably even a very boring game. But Brighton did not manage to pull off the victory. And it's going to be a safe mid-table finish for both the 2 clubs. Next up, the goal of the game of the week, really, entertainment-wise, was, of course, Liverpool, of course, celebrating in style 5-3 winners. That's right, an 8-goal Bobby Dazzler, Keita, Trent, Wijnaldum, Firmino, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on score sheet for Liverpool, Oliver Giroud, Abraham, and Pulisic, of course, the guy who lives just down the road, or from down the road, Danny Hershey. That's right, he was on the score sheet as well for Chelsea. 5-3 Bobby Dazzler on that one. I actually saw goals in this one. I thought it was going to be a 6-goal Bobby Dazzler. So we got the right deficit between the two sides. Just 2 goals between them, but ultimately I also got the right score, so not too shabby. Of course, Manchester United and West Ham, that was a bit of a tense one as well. 1-1 final score. That was on Wednesday the 22nd of July. Antonio on the penalty spot for West Ham and Greenwood on the score sheet as well. I actually saw this as a tight game as well, but I thought I would give it to United 2-1, so I got that one wrong. Next up we have the Canaries. They lost to them 6-fingered freakazoids. Burnley, that's right. Was it 2-0? 2-0, yeah. There are 2 men sent off Norwich, Bawenda and Dermich, both in the first half, it looks like. Chris Wood and Ben Godfrey with a big fat OG as 6-fingered freakazoids. Burnley beat 9-man Norwich. I actually went with Norwich on this one. Wrong. Sheffield United and Everton. That ended up as a 1-0 win for Everton. That match took place midweek as well. Richarlison with a 1-0 goal in the 46th minute. I actually went with a 1-1 draw. Again, another tight game, I imagined, but I was hoping Sheffield United would get something out of it. Spurs did the number on Leicester City, show that they have got what it takes to, of course, get back in that top four. It won't be this season. Final score there, 3-0. I actually went with a 2-1 win, so got the right amount of goals on this. Harry Kane with the brace and the Jones, Justin, big fat OG for Tottenham as well. 2-1 for me, though, not too shabby. Of course, Manchester City did a demolition job of Watford, 4-0 in the end, down at Vicarage Road. Sterling with the brace, Foden and Lapoitre on the score sheet. I actually went 2-0, a bit more conservative, but you know what, not too bad. Of course, Wolves, they also did business over Crystal Palace, 2-0 win. Pundits and Johnny on the score sheet. I actually went with a 3-1 on this one. So all in all, I think I did all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which gives me one of them bad boys. Collector's items these days. This is the situation at the moment at the table. Of course, heading into the final day of the season. Norwich are down. That is confirmed. Bournemouth look down. They'll need a win. And of course, they'll need a bit of a miracle. In fact, yeah, well if they win, goal swing, and Villa and Watford both fail to pick up a point, they go down. But the meat of the matter is Watford against Villa. So you would imagine Bournemouth are down, and it's just between Villa and Watford. So I like Watford, mate, and I also like Aston Villa to be in and amongst it. I think they're a Premier League side, and yeah. It's got a lot of permutations, you know. I think if Villa go down, Grealish goes. I think if Villa stay up, he sticks around. That's right. And of course, Watford managerless at the moment. Who would I want to play next season? I'm looking forward to playing Norwich and of course Bournemouth in the Championship, as it appears to be. I think Villa would be too much. I think we could do a number on Watford because I think they're just a little bit hopscotchy. You don't know who they're going to bring in. They could make a horrific managerial appointment. It could all go wrong for Watford if they tumble back into the Championship. And you know what? I like Watford. So, I don't know. I like Watford to stick around, but I wouldn't mind playing them in the Championship. Anyway, that's me. What about you boys? Right then, let's take a look at how you guys got on there. We'll kick it all off with, of course, a Patreon. Respect to you, LG and Cow, for being a Patreon. And, of course, for your predictions. And you did okay. Not too shabby. Jaden FC, not too bad. Bianca Molla, also a Patreon. Respect to her for her Patreons. And, of course, for her picks. And she did pretty well. Brilliant builder. He's also a not bad predictor. More than 8642 with an edit, not too shabby. Rajat Kaur, he also did pretty shit. Mohammed Rafi, not too bad. Cody Ho, respect to you as well for being a Patreon. Your thing is not blinking, but it's probably a technical glitch. Miles A, not too shabby. Actually, he did very, very well. Respect to you. Not many of those this week, so respect to you for that. Roberto Hollis, not too shabby. Russell Frost, also a Patreon. Respect to you, sir, for your picks. And of course, Barnsley sticking around in the Championship. Liam Martin, you did all right. Mac Chapman did okay as well. Zahid Arman with an edit. And of course, Merid MJ did also. He's right behind me. He did okay for himself as well. Next batch, Will Morris, not too shabby. Gunnar Marzi, not too bad. Brad Petford, he did pretty well for himself. There you go. Fair play to you. The Italian Stallion, not too bad this time around. Luka Kincinjevic did absolute shitsovits. Harrison Cray, not too bad. Young Martz, not too bad. Champ Dude, he did all right. Will Hayes did. He did also very, very well as well. Not too bad for you, Sonny Jim Quib, not too bad. John Lastaranga, he also did very, very well. Mr. Matt Bruce did okay. SH07 Studio with an edit did shit. Burning Neratangan did very, very well. Or okay. Football Mapper, not too shabby. Michael Cutchin, not too bad. Lee Cummings did absolute gash. Fabian Gayaway, he did alright. Yao for VMPP, not too shabby. Jakob Johansson, respect to you, sir. Of course you are a Patreon. Of course you did okay with your pickaroonies. Classic Rohan 555, top 6 clubs 5. Limbu FC football, he did poop. Yannick Bustler, not too shabby. Saint Benedict also did very, very well, or okay. Osin Murphy, not too shabby. Il Michiditino and also Issa also did okay. Schmocky Lad, not too bad. Vincent Hong did absolute poo. And in the corner, Jack Watson, he did top banana. Well done to you, sir. Well done to you. Into the final batches here. Ash. Oh, he did shit. Shepherd. William Shepherd. Patron. Respect to the gang, of course. Well done to you. And of course, your picks are pretty good as well. Carl BTW did absolute poop. Ballum. Okay. Chelsea for life. Not for me. But not bad picks. Costas K. He did okay. West Ham Dalek Emperor. He did pretty good. Al Wadid did absolute gash. Cesar Julio. Not too shabby. And Avanti Caprice. Not too bad. Enter the final push. Yog not too shabby. Ollie Hambling, he did okay. Fatma Embra, also very, very good. Now, of course, don't forget about next season when we're going to be doing a different kind of vibe with the old prediction scenario. We're going to do the Prediction League, boys and girls. What's that all about? Well, it's not too much difference for you. You just continue predicting, get your predictions in, and then at the end of it, you're going to be ranked between the cream of the crop and the absolute shit. And whoever comes at the top of the table at the end of it, at the end of the season, will be rewarded. So free to enter. Just be a regular predictor, and you could be in for a prize. Smash the subscribe, smash the bell, so you don't miss a beat. So here we go, boys. Final match day. Final match day. What's in store? Well, we're going to start it all off with, of course, a bit of an all-London affair and a bit of a meaty one for Watford. A must-win game for them if they're going to get themselves out of the old relegation zone. Let's take a little look at it, shall we? So the last 6 encounters between these two sides are actually quite close. 3 wins for Arsenal, 2 wins for Watford, and 1 draw. And that draw was last time out at Vicarage Road. It was a 2-2 draw back in 2019, around about September, earlier in the season. Aubameyang with the brace, cleverly, and Pereira on the score sheet for Watford. However, the last time played at the Emirates was a 2-0 win for Arsenal. That's right, with a big fat OG from Craig Cathcart and Mesut Ozil on the score sheet as well. Watford actually lost their last 5 away matches in the Premier League, whereas Arsenal have actually won 5 of the last 6 home matches heading into this. Coming into this, though, back-to-back defeats, of course, for Watford, not looking good at the moment. Meanwhile, Arsenal 2 defeats in the past 6, both home and away. They'll fancy the chances, I'm sure, to put a kibosh on Watford's dreams. The bookmakers' odds 11-10 for Arsenal, 14-5 is your draw, 30-5 is your away win. And of course, a win for Watford will actually get them up to 37 points and potentially put Aston Villa into the old drop zone. Of course, a win might not be good enough. It might not be good enough. So, yeah, we'll see what's on the table. A win for Arsenal in 10th. They could mathematically go up as high as 8th. But afterwards, there'll be results depending, of course. For me, where am I? I'm going to go with, of course, an Arsenal victory. Unfortunately, I think Watford are doomed. I think they're going down. Sods, they're going down to the Championship. In fact, they could possibly lose and still stay up. That's right, because if Aston Villa gets spanked by West Ham, then the goal difference will probably swing in their favour. Next up, we have them 6-fingered freakazoids. That's right, Burnley. Oh yes, I have 6 fingers. I'm from Burnley. They're going to be taking on Brighton this final match day. The last 6 encounters, 2 wins for the Freaks, 4 draws, and 0 wins for Brighton. That's right. They did play earlier in the season at the Amex. It ended up all square, 1-1 on the day. That was back in September time. The goal scores Neil Mopey on the score sheet, Jeff Hendrick on the score sheet for Burnley. The last time they played at Turnmore was a 1-0 win for the Freaks. James Tarkowski on around about December 2018. Brighton have actually drawn 5 of the last 6 away matches in the Premier League, whereas Burnley actually undefeated in their last 7 home matches in the Premier League. So looking good, but when you break down those stats a little bit further, it's actually just 2 wins at the past 5 games for Burnley. That was against West Ham and Norwich. Meanwhile, just 1 win the past 6 for Brighton. That was all the way back against Norwich as well. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds 6-5 for Burnley, 23-10 for the draw, 21-10 is your away win. Of course, not really much on the line here. Brighton are safe, but a win could actually see them leapfrog West Ham into 15th. The win for Burnley in 9th could actually see them go above Sheffield United into 8th. Going to go with a ball draw here. Not much to get excited about down at Turdmore. Next up, we have Chelsea up against Wolves. Another bit of a meaty one here. A must-win game for Chelsea. Otherwise, it could open up the door or the floodgates for Leicester. It could actually, they could actually lose this. Leicester and Man United draw, and then Chelsea tumble out. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Anyway, the last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for Chelsea, 1 win for Wolves, and 1 draw. They played at Molineux early in the season in a 7-goal Bobby Dazzler. That's right. Tomori with a goal, Abraham with a hat-trick, and Mason Mount on the score sheet for Chelsea. Debbie Abraham also got a big fat OG, and Patrick Cutrone got the other goal for Wolves. Meanwhile, last time played at Stamford Bridge, it was 1-1 back in March 2019. Jimenez and Eden Hazard back in the day. Chelsea have actually won their last 5 matches at home, and they'll fancy the chances today. But they head into this just 2 wins of the past 4 games, both home and away. Whereas Wolves are actually unbeaten in 3, picking up 2 wins and a draw. They did lose to Sheffield United not too long ago, but they'll come into this with a bit of spunk between their legs. Chelsea actually 20-17 on, red hot favourites. 14-5 is your draw, 3-1 is your away win. Of course, Wolves are out of the Champions League race, unfortunately, but they could still finish as high as 5th with a bit of a goal swing. 61. Yes, yeah, they could. Yeah, realistically, I think they're going to be either 6th or 7th for them. But a win for Chelsea could see them actually go up as high as 3rd, and that would be a tremendous season for Lampard, and you know, bring Champions League football to the Stamford Bridge faithful once again. And they've got a couple of nice signings already. Timo Werner's coming in, Ziyech is coming in, and it looks like they might even get Havertz as well for a revamped Chelsea next season. I'm going to go with a 3-2 win for the Bridge. and that will put a kibosh to probably Leicester's Champions League push. Or does it? We'll take a look at that match in a minute. Anyway, Crystal Palace will be taking on Spurs in the other game over in London. The last 6 encounters, 1 win for Palace, 5 wins for Spurs, and 0 draws. They played at the Fancy Pants Stadium earlier in the season. It was a 4-0 win for Spurs. Sung Min with a brace, Eric Lamela and Patrick Van Arnholt with a big fat OG. Palace have actually lost their last 7 matches in the Premier League. They've also failed to score in 6 of the last 7 matches as well. Heading into this, 6 out of 6 for Palace. Woeful. Spurs unbeaten in 5, picking up 4 wins and a draw in that process. The bookmakers' odds, I'll tell you, what are they? They are 5-1 for Crystal Palace, 3-1 Shaw, 15-8 for Tottenham, even though they're playing away from home. A win for Spurs in 7th could actually mathematically leap them up into 6th spot, depending on what goes on, of course, between Chelsea and Leicester. Anyway, for Crystal Palace, all the way down in 14th. Could actually see them go above Newcastle. I'm going to go with a cheeky 1-0 boring win for Mourinho's boys, and they'll finish the season strongly. Next up, we have Everton up against Bournemouth. Must-win game for Bournemouth, of course, even though I think it's a little bit too far-fetched for them. What is the goal difference down the foot of the table? I'll tell you. They actually got a negative 27. Actually, the same as Watford. It is tight. It is tight. So a win could actually keep you up. Balls to the wall for Bournemouth here. Anyway, the last 6 encounters between themselves and Everton sees 3 wins for Everton, 1 draw, and 2 wins for Bournemouth, including a win at the Vitality early in the season. It was a 3-1 win. Bournemouth, Callum Wilson with the brace, Ryan Fraser as well on the score sheet, Dominic Calvert-Lewin on the score sheet for Everton. However, the last time played at Goodison was a 2-0 win for Everton to Kurt Zouma and Calvert-Lewin again on the score sheet. That was back in January 2019. Everton actually undefeated in the last 11 matches at home, where Bournemouth have actually lost their last 9 matches as well. Coming into this, though, just 1 win in the past 6 for Bournemouth. That was against Leicester. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 5 for Everton. That was against Sheffield United last time around. So not great form for either of the two sides. Bookmakers' odds will probably give it to Everton. 6-5 is the odds for the home victory. 30-5 is your draw. 2-1 is your away win, and that's Bournemouth. And a win for Bournemouth could actually see them stay up. Of course, they'll have to see the goal swing and all that kind of jazz. Meanwhile, their opposition, Everton, come into this 11th, and win for them will actually put them up to 52 points, and that potentially could push. Well, I can't really move them. They'll remain in 11th. They've got their own little battle with Southampton on the moment. I am going to go with a 2-0 win for the Toffees. That's right. Everton will smash ... take the points, and of course send Bournemouth down. Leicester taking on Manchester United, of course, in the other top 4 encounter this match day. Of course, it's a fruity one. The last 6 encounters, 0 wins for Leicester, 5 wins for United, and 1 draw. They played at Old Trafford early in the season. It was a 1-0 win. Rashford from the penalty spot to give their United the win. Last they played at the King Power was also a 1-0 win for United. That was back in March 2019. Rashford on score sheet as well. United actually undefeated in the last 13 matches in the Premier League. They also kept a clean sheet in the last 3 away matches as well. Coming into this, Leicester are absolutely in ropey form. 1 win in the past 4. That was against Sheffield United as well. Meanwhile, Manchester United on the flip side just 1 win in the past 4 as well in all competitions, as they've lost to Chelsea in the FA Cup, drew with West Ham, and also drew with Southampton. So a bit of wobbly form for United just at the wrong time. The bookmakers' odds on this one, they'll go with 21-10 for Leicester, 5-2 is your draw, and also 6-5 is for United. And a win for United would see them be in 3rd, and a win for Leicester could actually see them go into 3rd. Goodness gracious me, it's that tight, that much at stake. Goals in this one, 3-2 win for United. That's right, and that will put a kibosh to Leicester's Champions League dreams. Next up, we're talking about Manchester City. Of course, they're going to be still playing after this. They've got the Champions League football to deal with. They're going to be taking on already relegated Norwich. And of course, Norwich did beat them earlier in the season. Remember that. So maybe a bit of karma coming their way. Anyway, the last 6 encounters sees 3 wins for City, 2 draws, and 1 win for Norwich. And that win for Norwich was, of course, at Carrow Road back in September. Kenny McLean, Todd Cantwell, and Timo Pukki on the score sheet for Norwich. Aguero, Rodrigo on the score sheet for City. The last time they played at City was a 2-1 win back in 2015 when they were both in the Premier League. Again, Otamendi, Toure on the score sheet for Manchester City, Cameron Jerome on the score sheet for Norwich. Norwich have actually lost their last 9 matches in the Premier League, whereas Manchester City have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 10 home matches as well. Norwich have failed to score in 8 of the last 9 matches as well. Coming into this, just 1 defeat the past 5 games for Manchester City. That was against Arsenal in the FA Cup. Meanwhile, it's just looking terrible for Norwich at the moment. Bookmakers' odds on this one is 10-1 on for Manchester City, 9-1 is your draw, 16-1 is your long shots. That is Norwich. A win for City would just put them up to 81 points. A win for Norwich would actually just put them on to 24. This one's a nailed-on home win. Quite comfortable as well. 4-0, demolition. Next up we have Newcastle. They're going to be taking on the champions. That's right. It is Liverpool taking on the Toon. Many of the last 6 encounters, 0 wins for the Geordies, 4 wins for Liverpool and 2 draws, including a win back at Anfield in September. Mane with a brace, Salah as well. Chetro Williams actually opened up the score sheet for Newcastle on that day. The last they played at St James's Park was a 3-2 win in favour of Liverpool. Van Dijk, Salah and Origi on the score sheet for Liverpool. Aston and Solomon Rondon on the score sheet for the Toon. Heading into this, Newcastle actually failed to win their last 5 matches in the Premier League. They look wobbly. Just 1 win in the past 6. That was against Bournemouth all the way back at the start of the month. Meanwhile, Liverpool just 1 win in 3. That was against Chelsea, of course. 8-goal Bobby Dazzler, but it doesn't really matter. They're already over the line. The bookmakers' odds, 8-1 for Newcastle, 4-1 is your 3-1 on is your victory for the champions. And of course, a win for Newcastle in 13th could actually maintain a 13th spot. Meanwhile, a win for Liverpool will put them up to 99 points. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for the champions to make it another victory in the bag. Next up, we have Southampton up against Sheffield United. This one, is closer than it thinks, of course. Not really in the table. In fact, it is not too far. A win for Southampton here will actually push them up to 52 points, just 2 points adrift of 8th place Sheffield United. They've actually done very, very well recently. One of the form teams, if not the form team in the division at the moment, is Southampton. Taking on Sheffield United, the last 6 encounters, 3 wins for the Saints, 1 draw and 2 wins for the Blades. They did play at Bramall Lane earlier in the season. It was a 1-0 win for Southampton. De Ginepo on the score sheet for Southampton. Billy Sharp getting himself sent off. However, the last time they played at St Mary's was a 2-1 win for Southampton for Sheffield United. That was all the way back in 2009. Greg Halford on the score sheet. Jamie Ward as well. Darius Henderson getting himself sent off. Andrew Sermon on the score sheet for Southampton. Heading into this, Southampton actually undefeated in the last 6 matches in the Premier League, where Sheffield United actually failed to win the last 5 away matches as well. Been a lot of draws though for the Saints, just 1 win in the past 4 if you want to take a look at it like that, and back-to-back defeats for Sheffield United into this after losing to Everton and of course Leicester and not scoring a goal in those 2 games as well. Bookmakers, they will give it to probably Southampton. I think 6-5 for the Saints, 23-10 is your draw, 23-10 is also your away win. Of course, I did already talk about it. Of course, a win for Southampton in 12th will actually put them up to 52 points, potentially into the 11th spot. A win for Sheffield United in 8th could actually give them 57 points and maintain a top 8 finish. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Saints. I think they look good right now, and I think it's going to be tough for any team to stop them playing right here today. Even I think Man City would struggle against them. Next up we have, of course, or finally should I say, another bit of a fruity one. Of course, West Ham secured themselves in the Premier League once again. David Moyes done the great escape, but can matey boy Smith, Smudger at Aston Villa, do the same? He's already pulled a rabbit out of the hat midweek against Arsenal. What will he do against West Ham? In the last 6 encounters, 2 wins for the Hammers, 1 win for Villa and 3 draws, including a draw at Villa Park back in September. 0-0. Masafku getting himself sent off for West Ham on that day. The last time played at the Bowling or London at West Ham when they were hosts in the Premier League was a 2-0 win for the Hammers back in 2016. Antonio on the score sheet, Coyote as well. Jordan Ayew getting himself sent off for Villa back in the day. Villa have actually failed to win the last 7 away matches in the Premier League, but they fancy the chances. They're unbeaten in 3. West Ham also unbeaten in 3. In fact, West Ham have just lost once in the past 6 games. That was against Burnley, of course, them freaks. So 2 teams with pretty decent form. This probably smells like a draw for mine. 21-10 is West Ham for the odds. 30-5 is draw. 23-20 is Villa. Looks like Villa might be favourites for this one. I'm going with the draw here, folks, and that draw will, I think, keep Villa in it. Or will it? Or will it? I don't know. It depends, of course, what goes on with Watford. A draw might not be enough. Of course, they'll be looking over their shoulder. And their point for West Ham would not do much for them. They'll just put them on to 39 points. That's what I think will happen. Be sure to get your own predictions in nice and early for this. I want to take a look at what you guys think. And, of course, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. Liverpool, 99 points. Manchester City with 81. United will go in 3rd. Chelsea will be in 4th. Leicester, unfortunately, will tumble into the 5th spot. Down the foot of the table will be Norwich, Bournemouth and Watford. They'll be going to the Championship to play Rovers next season. And speaking of next season, don't forget the Prediction League, boys and girls. Just return. Just come back and do your predictions next season, and it'll be a new look, new regime, new style, and hopefully you'll like it. Be sure to smash the subscribe, smash the little bell so you don't miss a beat, because we don't know when the new season starts. Mid-September is what I've heard, but you just don't know. And that's it. That's all I got for you, folks. It's coming to a close. Premier League's coming to a close. Of course, it ran away with it. Liverpool ran away with the league. Of course, there was also the COVID business of will they actually become champions and all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, they were the best in England, and of course they'll be back next year's season to defend their title and maybe make it back-to-back titles. We'll have to look. We'll have to wait and see. But who's going to join them? Who's going to join them? Well, we already know a couple of teams have got promoted: West Brom and Leeds. We've got the Championship predictions to figure that out as well. The playoffs, and of course, who's going down? Will it be Watford? Will it be Villa? Will it be Bournemouth? Yep, probably two of those. Anyway, that's all I've got. Hopefully, you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you are new, smash the subscribe. New videos every day, single day on the channel. Even though the games are winding down for a bit, I will continue. There'll be still plenty of stuff to get excited about. Champions League, Nations League, Scottish Premier League, all that kind of jazz. Make sure you stick around, smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe. I'll see ya when I see ya. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.